Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've done a vlog, and so I thought I would update you on an old update, I guess I would say. But I noticed that every time my husband decides to go to California to visit his family, it always rehashes bad memories for me. And so the other day, I was like looking through my emails, and I ran upon an old email that I had wrote to my friend back in 2015. Okay, it's 2026 right now. I have a mic on, so I'm hoping you can hear me better. And I thought I was going to be outside to film this, but I'm like, I'll just look out the window so you guys have a nice view of a neighborhood. I don't know. Anyway, so basically, in a nutshell, what it was is my husband was working a new job and he had to work on Thanksgiving. And so he was going to have a split shift. He wasn't going to be able to make Thanksgiving, and it was his family's turn. And normally I notice that when his family includes me in an email and or group text, it's only because they know that I'm very secretarial, I'm very accountable, that I will make sure that we get to said place on time with certain whatever we need to bring food-wise or gifts for the whoever's birthday, whatnot. And that's it. And just to relay the message to my husband. And that's it. Like they don't care that I'm there or not. It really doesn't freaking matter, okay? And I know I've told my husband this time and time again, and I've been watching these in-law story times on TikTok, and it always seems like the guy doesn't know how awful his family is until he has, his woman come in or his partner. I don't even know if it matters. Kind of wonder if it matters, if it's more on women than men, but I kind of feel like it is. But anyway, they bring in, their partner, and then the family is complete asshole to the partner, and then the guy's like, what are you talking about? My family's wonderful. And you're like, not really. Let me take a quick pause and I'm going to take a quick sip of my wine. Hang on a second. So anyway, real quick to let you know, my daughter's been going with him to California because she likes to visit her friend from junior high. And she's 20, mind you. So she's an adult and she sees how they are. And she even says, Mom, they're just not good people. I'm like, thank you for understanding that I'm not just overreacting, being overly sensitive, that they're just jerks. They just don't care, is what it is. My family, they're narcissists. These people, they just don't care. You don't matter. If you're an in-law, you don't matter. So I'm like, really? I got the shit end of both deals. Like, awesome. So anyway, I looked up this email and it was back in 2015. And his sister had sent it to both his other sisters. One of them is actually a cousin, but she was raised since 3 because her mom died, so that she is kind of like a sister. So them and then me. And I don't know if they knew if my husband could make it or not, right? So in the email, it was a group saying, hey guys, Thanksgiving, you bring this, you bring that, all this stuff. And so I would ask, hey, I'm not sure if my husband's going to be able to make it, so-and-so, because he works a split shift. No response, right? So I'm thinking, well, I guess I'm not really asking a question. So then the other sister asks a question. Response. The other sister asks a question. Response. I ask a question. Hey, whose birthdays are happening? I know there's going to be like 21 people at this thing. I want to make sure because my kids always make birthday cards and we always celebrate them while we're all together. No response. I'm like, okay. Alrighty then, I guess we will never know. All right. So then another string of questions go around. The main person who sent the email, the main sister sent the emails, are responding back to everybody accordingly. Not me, just the other 2 sisters, no problem. And I write again. Do I need to bring this and this kind of thing? I had a question again. Ignored. And I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on here? So then I wrote, I'm not sure, like I just kind of started getting annoyed where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go. So I'm like, I'm not sure if I can go or not. So you might not get those rolls and appetizers. No response. Then the other sister writes, what time is dinner? She responds right away. I'm like, oh my God. So then I write it again. And at this point, I'm pissed. I'm like, well, it looks like we won't be going to Thanksgiving dinner. And you probably won't know because you're not reading any of my emails. Sure enough, right away, within seconds, I get a private text from one of the sisters that is getting their response. We will miss you. Okay. And the other one, what's going on? So they both texted me like a private text. I'm like, are you guys all texting each other to set this up so I get pissed so I don't go? I kind of felt like it was calculated because you are reading my emails. You read this one. You didn't read all the other ones? Really? Because you're all reading each other's and responding to each other's, but you're just ignoring mine. And then when I write that, all of a sudden, oh, what's going on? Pearl clenching. I'm like, oh my God. So stupid me. Now I look back on it because I was writing my friend about how it all went down. Apparently, I decided to respond back to the what's going on sister and told her everything I felt about the main sister that sent the email. I said, I'm tired of her shenanigans. I'm done with this. I'm done with. And now I'm thinking I was set up, that she was just asking so I could, like a flying monkey, so she can report it back to them. I'm like, God, I'm stupid. I used to do that all the time. My sister would always do that. She would always come to me like, is everything okay? Like acting like, you can trust me. And then you tell her everything because you're frustrated. And then she runs and tells them. I'm like, oh my God, I just can't believe at my age that I still trust people. So I was showing this email or reading it to my husband saying, yeah, your family has not changed. This is 11 years ago. And they still do these shenanigans. Now I don't talk to them anymore. But I know that they were still doing that because when we moved out here to Nevada, it was 2020 happening. The schools were shutting down. And the what's going on sister had texted both of us and said, is your school shutting down? Because my son's is shutting down. And I wrote, yeah, it's as of tomorrow, because it was Sunday. And we got this, group robocall or whatever from the school saying that the school is going to be shut down. No response, completely ignores me. So I said, hey, to my husband, can you respond to her with the exact same response that I just gave? So he did. So it's in the group. Boom, she responds right away to him. I'm like, and then another slew of she says something, I say something, get ignored. He says something, she responds. I'm like, and she definitely is just leaving me out again. I feel like the only reason why I'm included in these emails and texts is just so I can tell him what they're saying, because they know he doesn't check his phone very often and he doesn't respond, but I will. So they know that's all I'm good for. Because she used to always have me, can you tell my mom that da 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 da? I'm like, can you tell your mom and or aunt? Because that's what she really is to you. But yeah, could you tell her? Why am I having to tell her? What am I, your personal assistant? So that's all I've ever been good for. And so, yeah, every time they go back out there, I'm like, why do you, ew? Like, and he goes, I just do it for my mom. I'm like, yeah, well, your mom's no better. Because in that said email that I was talking about, at the end, I told me I didn't go for Thanksgiving. I said, screw it. And my husband told his mom, said, hey, she's pissed off at everybody for, ignoring her, and she's not going to go to any more family functions. And what does the mom say? Not one thing about me. She doesn't give a rat's ass. All she said was, oh, does that mean I don't get to see the kids, the grandkids? I'm like, oh, okay. So apparently that's all I was a taxi driver. And I do remember when I had my first kid, the first thing that happened was his parents came into the room. I literally just had her. And at that time, they didn't always keep the babies in the same room with you like they did at the St. Jude Hospital. This was like Placenta Linda Hospital. It was like a smaller hospital. They would take the baby to the nursery, clean him up, and then bring him back to you. So that's what was going on, is my kid was going off to the nursery. My baby was going off to the nursery. And his parents just walked in literally within like 10 minutes of me having said baby, mind you. And the only thing his mom could say is, where's the baby? Didn't ask how I was doing. Hey, how you doing? Nothing. Didn't give a rat's freaking ass. So then my husband led her over to the nursery, because you could see the nursery through a window from the hallway. So you could see the baby. See the baby. His dad stayed behind, and he goes, how you doing? And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for giving me some relevance here. So it's just like a bad feeling to feel just irrelevant. And that's why I don't like them. They're not good people. I don't know. So it was recognition to have read that email and go, yeah, they have not changed. Why would I give them a chance again, ever? I always kept blaming myself, maybe it's me, maybe I'm just being sensitive, no, you're just jerks. I don't need to surround myself around you, and I'm not going to. So anyway, guys, I hope that helped. That's all I got. So bye, everybody.